How's it going, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to the round 4 feature match for my locals this past week. We've got Spyral's Magician Souls Spyrals on the right versus that Lunalight rank up deck that you guys saw in the previous feature match versus Pendulums. Was a bit of a blowout, but of course Magician Spyrals being a much more powerful deck than Endymion Pendulum should be a bit more of a balanced matchup here, getting started off to a very strong start. Kaleido Chick and Tiger with the tracker going quickly into that Cherubini. Now this video is sped up a little faster than I normally do. It's about 160%, but it was because about a 40-minute match, unedited. So wanted to get they get right down to the wire. So a very interesting match ahead for you guys. So Cherubini basically dumping the Cloak to the grave to get Shade Brigandine to able to set up a Curious play. It's very powerful in this matchup to be able to dump the boots to the grave, mill a few additional cards, hoping for that card right there, a Lunalight perfume, because he'll be able to extend with that and also be able to get his rank up spell from that copy of boots. Now going to use the Lunalight perfume in the graveyard to discard and banish. Of course, discarding that Nessie will be very huge. Not only will be able to search Yellow Marten, but he'll also be able to search another danger monster since Nessie was discarded. So he's going to add a copy of Chupacabra to his hand. So Perfume with Nessie is very strong in this particular deck. So going to reveal the Chupacabra, of course. The Marten will get hit. We'll get an additional draw off that Chupacabra, of course, and be able to search the Serenade Dance. So not bad there. I mean, you could arguably hope that you would want the Chupacabra to get hit to revive the Nessie, but I mean, this way you get the Marten out of your hand, which gets you the Serenade Dance, which is really nice. So can't complain there, I guess. And Kaleido Chick shenanigans happening. So a lot of room for plays here. As it stands, we have one rank 4 to be able to do, and it looks like he's going to go for exactly that. So the Abyss Dweller going to be able to just a good card to screen against most opponents nowadays. Shutting off the graveyard is a huge aspect of the game, and, you know, obviously turning it off is fantastic. So, going for the Appaloosa, and then now resolving a Foolish Burial to dump the Emerald Eagle to the graveyard, I believe its name is, or the Lunalight Emerald, something like that. I forget its actual name, but I know it has Emerald in the name, and it's also on the left side of the screen currently. But yeah, now going into the Utopia double Kaiser play. What happens to be the most absurd thing about this Lunalight deck is what he's doing right now. It's summoning out both Big Eye and the Drag Lubion from the extra deck, setting one rank up spell. It doesn't have both this turn, unfortunately, but, you know, it's sort of pick your poison at this point. Do you want the, you know, True King of All Calamities, or do you want, you know, the VFD lockdown? And he's going to now start with Magician Souls here, opening up with a very powerful new addition to the Spyral deck. Very expensive addition, 130 a copy as I'm making this. So flexing on us with a big shmoney. So he's going to try to resolve the Magician Souls here. Well, after it does resolve, he's going to chain the rank up Magic Launch, going to Yugioh, and that's going to negate any card that hits the board basically this turn. Everything on the board actually this turn. You know, his Appaloosa included, so that's why he'll be removing those counters there. He'll try to resolve the Where Art Thou, but realizes it will be negated upon activation, so not going to do that, and instead resort to some of the dangers in his hand, so he's going to roll for it. The Nessie will go through. Both players actually finding their one-of copies of Nessie in this game, interestingly enough, and then we'll see the Jackalope go through here, and it actually does, discarding the Where Art Thou to draw an additional card, and he's going to reveal the Spyral Super Agent. He'll call Monster, and it will go through. So he's managed to get 4 bodies on board, despite Dweller and Yugioh being in play. You know, he took a chance there with the dangers, you know, because the Dweller is active. If they would have hit the grave, they would not have been able to activate, because I believe Yugioh only negates things that are on the field, and everything that will hit the field. So graveyard effects are okay, but obviously in combination with Dweller, you're pretty much shutting off everything your opponent has access to. We're going to go for Boral Sword now as his only line of defense, and, you know, the only line, you know, moving forward. So he'll attack over the 0-attack Appaloosa because it wasn't negated by Yugioh. He'll take 3k, and like I said, Boral Sword being his only line of defense here, you know, his only option to be able to turn some of the defense, and he cannot respond to that, and hopefully he can survive another turn. I was just impressed that he was able to get this far you know, with those danger monsters, and, you know, Magician's Soul is obviously helping to add to some board presence here. We'll see Tiger bring back Kaleido Chick. Obviously, Dweller has been activated this turn. He's going to go into, it looks like, a Link 2, and that is going to be Barricade Borg Blocker. Bringing back Kaleido Chick, summoning out another one, I believe, for normal summon here. And then going straight into a Boral Sword of his own. Of course, having to worry about a Boral Sword here. We're going to see Marten bouncing back the Tiger, then, you know, playing the Tiger again, and then bringing back Kaleido Chick. Like, this Lunalight engine just seems a bit absurd, if you ask me. You know, turning the Kaiser to defense with the Boral Sword here. Just going to go into the battle phase, cut its attack in half, swing over for 3k. Kali Yuga's going to swing in, and, you know, Dreglubion's going to swing in. It's just going to be absolute game. Yes, he can turn one of them to defense, but it really doesn't make too big of a difference here, because he also does have the double or nothing to boost up, you know, the Utopia. So we're just going to quickly head into game 2 here. And yeah, getting started with the Magician's Souls, dumping the Master Plan, adding, or not adding, but playing Big Red rather, to revive the Master Plan. And that is going to add a copy of Mission Rescue. So this Magician's Soul is already being fueled for the draw 2, dumping the red and the Mission Rescue to the graveyard. And starting with the normal summon of the drones, going to take a look at the top 3. She's a Droll Knockbird, and I believe stacks that to the top. That'll be a pretty bad top deck for next turn. So he's going to, you know, Super Agent now, and, you know, start getting things going here for what will hopefully be a very successful combo leading to a very powerful end board. And of course, I want to mention at this time a quick shout out to Imperium Duelist. If you guys are interested in picking up any amazing playmats, you know, dice, sleeves, deck boxes, things like that, check them out down in the description below. There's also a discount code down there that you can use to save 10% off your entire order. And if you're buying anything off of TCG Player, don't forget to use my affiliate link down in the description below as well. So now linking all into the double Helix, being able to add both Resort and the Sleeper. So he's going to go ahead and play the Resort immediately. Now at this point, I believe he's going to resolve the effect of the double Helix, which is basically going to allow him to reveal the top card of the deck, the opponent's deck. And then if he, you know, calls it correctly, you know, Monster Spell Trap, he can summon one from deck to his own that Helix points to. And of course, he's already resolved, I believe, Drones and Super Agent during this turn. So he already knows what that top card is going to be. So getting to summon one from deck here, though, I believe going to just go probably for another copy of Master Plan. Because I believe this version of the Spyral deck is playing the rank up engine, and rank 7s, when linked off, certain rank 7s will allow for, you know, a possible rank up play to be had. Summoning Master Plan, searching, I believe, off its summon, and then using Mission Rescue here to summon another one, and then linking all of that off using the Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon to trigger its effect once linked away. Summon the Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon, and giving himself an Appaloosa with 3 negates in the process. So trying to set up a rank up play here of his own. A rank 7 Dark Xyz monster with no material will allow him to rank up into Kali Yuga on the opponent's turn if desired. And also has the 3, you know, counters on the Appaloosa as well. So off to a fantastic start. Now looks like we're going to see the summon of the Spyral Sleeper. He's going to go ahead and banish 3 to summon that. And then I believe on summon, activate the Resort effect. I'm a little unfamiliar with what Spyrals do. I believe when Spyral was tier like 1 or 0, whatever it was, I believe I was on a bit of a hiatus from the game, so forgive me if I don't know all the effects by heart. I did not actually play during, you know, Spyral format, but I think it's kind of interesting that now we're in sort of like Spyral format too. It's really interesting to see a deck that was once tier 1, you know, kind of fall out of favor, and then with one random Dark Magician card suddenly find its way back to the top. Or at least the top, you know, we think anyways. At least that's what the results of the PPG tournament tell us. You know, of course, Altergeist winning, but, you know, a wide representation in top from Spyral decks. So now we're going to see a Link 2. Almost place it in the wrong zone there. For Barricade Borg. And that will set up Zephyros for a possible Link 2 here. Summoning out Super Agent with the rescue mission. Going for a rank 4 now, we're going to see Abyss Dweller. And we could see possibly any other bit of extension here. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, you have Sleeper with the Last Resort equipped. Oh, and Monster Reborn too on top of it to make it even better. Gonna summon out the double Helix and link that off with a Barricade Borg for Nightmare Phoenix. So that's gonna provide some battle phase protection as well, which is really, really important. We're gonna see Dark Ruler no more in the main phase, which is huge. He's gonna chain that rank up magic launch for the Yugioh in response. But that is huge. Dark Ruler no more, turning off the Sleeper, turning off the Phoenix, the Appaloosa, the Dweller. Absolutely insane. Slapping down that Dark Ruler no more, you know, as quickly as possible. But Yugioh, I believe, will still resolve. So there's not much Dark Ruler no more can do about that, since its effect was lingering and won't be negated, because it is a lingering effect. But passing it back just over to our Spyral player, he starts off with the Sleeper to pop 2 and then uses the Tiger effect, I believe. I mean, you have the D-Ruler no more, but he also has the rank up, so that's just not enough, unfortunately. We're going to go right ahead into Game 3, where Lunalights are going to, of course, opt to go first. Looks like he opened the Emerald Bird. That's what its name is, not Emerald Eagle. That's a Salmon Grade card, I believe. But the Allure of Darkness being played, Banishing Mothman, and on Resolution, we'll see a Lancia. So that's actually going to do wonders for this deck, because it's going to turn off quite a few cards. Serenade Dance, to name a few. Turns off the Perfume, turns off the, most importantly, the Phantom Knight stuff to keep those rank up cards from being searchable, have to hard draw them. So he's just going to make a Dweller actually here and pass. I mean, it's certainly better than nothing. Obviously not what you're hoping for, but again, better than just, you know, setting a monster and passing. Spyral is opening up very, very strong here with Magician Souls, dumping the Master Plan to the graveyard and starting with Quick Fix. So just absolutely incredible opening here. You do have to worry about the Dweller, though, shutting off the Mission Rescue and things like that, which isn't the biggest deal at this point. But he's going to add the Big Red. Big Red is going to be activated, of course, to summon out Master Plan. Master Plan will activate to add the Mission Rescue, which, of course, won't be live this turn, but definitely a card you want in your hand anyways. Whether it be for danger fodder or just, you know, send fodder for your Magician Souls, right? You know, just draw 2 here. And it's crazy that the Big Red does not, when it leaves the field, doesn't take the monster with it, which is probably the most broken thing about it. This deck has such easy access to searching spells that allow you to extend, and then once extend, you know, you can just send them off for a +2. It's insane. Not also to mention that, but as that Super Agent actually misses, revealing a Foolish Burial of Goods, but you know, Magician Souls is a level 1 to make it even better, because you're already playing Were-Arf that one for one in a deck like this with powerful level 1 monsters like your Quick Fix. It just, you know, couldn't fit any better, to be totally honest. Barricade Borg is going to open up the discard for the Zephyros, and then he's going to resolve Nessie here, discarding a Nibiru the Primal Being. So getting a level 7 on board, so if he has a way to the rank up spell, you know, he has a way to rank up into Duo Dawn King with a Nessie and the Master Plan. So he's going to reveal Jackalope, and Jackalope will go through, discarding that Super Agent. Super Agent not being too useful at the moment since it did miss. Already committed a normal summon at this point in the form of Quick Fix. If that Dweller was not there, this game would probably be progressing a bit differently. He'd be able to extend much, much more with that Mission Rescue in the graveyard. I don't think he has what he needs to be able to get into Double Helix. Of course, if he was able to use Graveyard Effects, he could get into Double Helix. But instead, we're going to see a Link 4 here into a 3200 Appaloosa. And it'll just run over the Dweller and then pass. So, Dweller slowing him down quite a bit, despite the absurd opening there. Starting off with that Foolish Burial of Goods that we knew he was going to top deck this turn. But you do have to worry about the Appaloosa. But as the Lunalight player, you have a lot of spells that you can use that can help advance your turn that won't be able to get negated by Appaloosa. And of course, that Lunalight Perfume is one of them. He's going to go ahead and discard Danger Nessie. So he has Perfume Nessie once again. So he's going to add Mar 10 and try to resolve the effect of the Nessie, which I believe is going to activate on a separate chain. I could be wrong. If it's in the same chain link, it's an easy chain block at this point. So he's going to add Snack, because I do believe he might have a Psychic monster in hand. So going to revive the Emerald Bird first off the other Lunalight perfume. And then I believe trying to activate the effect of Emerald Bird, and that will be negated by the Appaloosa. So now it's down to 3 counters at 2400. We'll see Snack try to go through, or Snack will activate because of the other perfume effect. And then summoning out the Psychic Wielder once that Snack is on board. To be able to possibly go for a Cherry Beanie here if you would like. You know, all it takes, of course, is 2 level 3s. He'll normal summon Yellow Martin. And has a rank 4 or link 4 opportunity here. Not going to go into Cherry Beanie, but going to go right into Boral Sword instead. Play Tiger in the scale. Bring out the Emerald Bird. And you can also use the effect of Martin Engrave to bounce the scale back to the hand to summon it. So as it stands, has a rank 4 opportunity here. You know, you have your Utopia play, you have a Dweller, you have your 4 Strix, you have Tornado Dragon as a few options there, just seeing in the extra deck. But I mean, Dweller, of course, already been exhausted at this point, so you don't have that option. So you have to go into sort of your next best option, which is Tornado Dragon. And you really can't use the battle phase effect of Boral Sword here, because if you do, you know, it's just going to get negated by the Appaloosa. So we'll take 600, swing in for 21. And then we're going to see Mission Rescue activated here to potentially block more damage. So he's going to summon out the Master Plan. Now, if this card hits the grave, it'll allow him to search up to 2 cards, I believe. The Spyral Resort and one other Spyral Monster, which is absurd. So you're at a bit of a dilemma. Do you want to let him, you know, leave a body on board for next turn? You know, half of a double Helix, or do you want to just let him get the searches anyways? So it figures he's just going to go ahead and clear that Master Plan off the board to be able to add, of course, that Spyral Resort, which he does have the answer to in Tornado Dragon. So I guess if you're your Lunalight player right now, you don't really care too much about, you know, that resort, because you have the immediate answer for it. And that's going to do it for Lunalight's turn, ending Boral Sword with the Tornado Dragon, getting started with Burial Goods. You can only imagine what that is going to send. It's probably going to be the Mission Rescue. And, you know, you could try to, you know, attempt playing that resort on the field, but while that Tornado Dragon's out, you're probably not going to want to do that. Summoning out Master Plan once again, resolving its effect here. But I mean, at this point, it is, I think there is definitely room for a comeback here, but it's just, you know, a matter of how it's going to be done. Does look like he has a 1-for-1 in his hand as well, which could be very, very clutch. Getting access to Magician's Souls at this point to allow you to dig deeper into the deck to see more combo pieces would absolutely be, you know, a very, very nice option to have at this point. I believe one other spell in hand, too. I can't tell exactly what it is. It's not Resort. Obviously, he has that, but there's, I think, 3 spells in his hand. I know one is a 1-for-1, and the other one I'm not sure exactly what it is. But right now, we're just going to see a Sleeper come down. And he's going to use Sleeper's effect immediately. And he's going to opt to turn to defense, you know, the Sleeper anyways, but it won't make too big of a difference. Obviously, no Last Resort there, so it will get destroyed. So he'll clear both the Boral Sword and the Tornado Dragon thanks to the Sleeper, and start off by just going for the Resort now. And it looks like he has Where Art Thou in hand too, which is insane because he can actually just add this Magician's Souls to his hand and just combo off with that. Obviously, I think there's still obviously a Master Plan in the deck. So plenty of, you know, plenty of stuff to work with. He's going to stack the deck. I believe there was a double or nothing amongst those cards revealed. There's the Where Art Thou. Looking for Droll and Lockbird. Potentially contemplating that, but I'm just going to go for the Magician's Souls. And then using its effect to dump Master Plan to the graveyard to make it hit the field. And then we'll see its effect. Discarding 1-for-1 in the one other card, I believe. The Mission Rescue to draw 2. So digging deeper into the deck. I believe it has 2 Mission Rescue in the graveyard right now. We'll see Zephyros bouncing the Resort back, playing Resort, and getting another search, or another search here for the Super Agent. You'll call Spell, revealing double or nothing. You know, not the best top deck to have at this point in the game. Going for Boral Sword, and then we'll see Mission Rescue to bring out the Super Agent and swinging with everything, leaving him with just 100. He'll take 2,000 in the end phase, but he won't care too much about that. Lancia being played immediately in the standby phase, doing everything our Lunalight player can at this point to try to secure a game. As I believe in real time, it is coming very close to time. Time in the round, that is. So going for the Utopia double, searching out double or nothing, going into regular Utopia, but Boral Sword just says, I'm going to turn you to defense anyways, it doesn't matter. And Spyral taking the game there in a very, very close game 3, 2-1. Very, very intense matchup. Very much a dice roll dependent matchup, I would say. I would also probably say that, you know, Spyral may be a bit more consistent just because of Magician Souls. Not opting to go for the link board here that we're used to seeing with Tri-Gate Appaloosa Sleeper. We're seeing a bit more of a rank up variant of, you know, the Spyral deck, which is very interesting. So anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Reminder, I've been doing a charity live stream on February 9th. So don't forget to check out the details for that in the description below. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I should have a Lunalight rank up profile coming soon and possibly a Spyral profile coming soon. So keep out on the lookout for that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, WinnerKill signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one.